So it's been a really good year for nuts at the Smallholding this year. I've got loads of hazelnuts on all my older trees, and it's been a really good year for acorns. I'll turn the camera around in a minute and show you the lovely acorns. I've got real big fat healthy ones on the oak tree behind you. But the squirrels are now starting to become a bit of a problem, and I've seen them plundering my harvest. So even though it's a little bit early and the nuts are still a little bit on the green side, they are just starting to turn, but I'm going to start getting a few in. I just want to get enough so that I can plant my own hazelnuts to grow my own trees. So I'm just going around, I'm using my slasher to pull down the higher branches, and then I'll just pull them within reach and then just have a pick through. I won't harvest all the nuts. I'll leave some on some of the trees to hopefully go into the end of this month a little bit, to ripen up a bit more. You can eat them green, slightly green. But like I say, really it's just for planting for seed for hazel trees. It'd just be nice to grow nuts from my own trees rather than buying them in. So yeah, just going around trying to get half a bucket full or so before the squirrels get them all. Look at these acorns, look. Real beautiful, lovely big fat acorns. Quite a few of them on this tree and a few of the others. This oak now is probably getting on 20 foot tall, but these are the best acorns this year that I've ever seen on them. And like I say, the hazels, I mean, they're just smothered. They're not the biggest hazels. Last year I brought some cob nuts, Kentish cobs, and I grew them as trees, and they're a lot bigger. These are fairly fat, quite a fat nut, but they're only just starting to turn brown, so it is a little bit early. But the squirrels are just going to get them all, so it's time to get half a bucket in or so, and maybe get a few more end of the month, like I say, a little bit riper if they last that long. So it's a little bit annoying. This was one of the better trees. It was absolutely smothered, and I think the squirrels have targeted this first. There's a few lower down here, but it looks like I can see where they've nipped off. I can see where they've nipped off all the little bunches. These were just smothered. This was the tree I showed in a little short video 2 or 3 weeks ago, because there was so many on it, and they've just all gone. There's none up top. Completely gone. Unbelievable. There was hundreds on here. Not a one. So this is why I've got to literally, oh, 3, save 3, and a few from that side. This is why I've got to get onto it, because they're just going to have more. There's a couple there. So yeah, it's, like I say, it's a little bit early, but what do you do? They're just going to take them all if I don't take them now. So I don't know if they will grow as well if they're a little bit green, but I'll plant them anyway. Doesn't cost me anything to try. I should have enough to get 200 or 300 anyway, but I don't believe that. This tree was fantastic, and they just absolutely mullered it. Little blighters. Gonna have to get a rifle out, I think. So I literally just had a quick wander around, and I've got at least 100, and there is still a fair few dotted about, but they've definitely hammered some of the better trees where there was absolutely, you know, loads of them on. So I did start to dehusk them, but actually I think I'm going to leave them in the husks. I don't really know, because they're a bit green, whether it's best to leave them in the husks. But like you can see, they are just turning brown. They're not the biggest of nuts, but you know, really, I just want enough to be able to grow, as I did last year, two or 300 for seed to actually grow as trees for my coppice woodland. I've had a bit of a go around. I don't particularly know. I might grow a few sycamore. I've got some nice seed coming on some hornbeams as well. So I might grow a few hornbeams and a few more sycamore, but I'm growing those for logs, and I think I'm probably just about full for log trees really. But I definitely need more hazels just to fill in the gaps. Hazels are fantastic for wood chip, and I use them for bean poles and all sorts of things like that. But for chipping for wood, I use a hell of a lot of wood chip here. I want to have hundreds and hundreds of hazels, so that every year I could perhaps do a couple of hundred, coppice them on maybe like a 4 or 5 year cycle. So I get some quite nice sized timber, but it chips perfectly because it's lovely and straight, and the twiggy bits are quite thin, so it runs through my little 4-inch chipper really well. So that's the idea really with growing them. So yeah, anyway, hopefully I'll beat the squirrels to get in a few hundred, and we'll get them potted up soon. Just let them dry off a little bit first, and then we'll pot them on. But of course the squirrels do plant them all around the hole, and I see them dotting them about, and every year they come up, so I'm quite happy for them to take a few. I don't get that worried about it. If they're in the wrong place, I'll just dig them up and move them. But I've had a lot of hazels popping up that squirrels have planted, because I haven't, all over the place. So I'm quite happy for them to do that a bit really. But anyway guys, little nut video, take it easy, we'll see you next time.